Hi everyone. Hello. I hope this is working now, live. I think it does. Right. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about why we need HUMAC, well, why our animals need HUMAC, and why is it important for the animal. And also wanted to show you a little bit about I wanted to show you the packaging, wanted to show you how the powder looks like and how is it used, because I get a lot of questions about, so I have this black brown powder and how am I supposed to use it? So I'm going to show you that as well. It's going to be just a short video of why I think it's quite important to use HUMAC nowadays. And to help me with that, I'm going to use this article that I found, which I think is really nicely sums up why is it important to use a natural supplement for your pet to prevent any diseases and any illnesses. And you probably noticed that nowadays the diseases which appear amongst animals, dogs, cats, chinchillas, all of your pets, and horses as well, cows, domestic animals, are very different to what they used to be about, let's say, 10, 20, 15 years ago. Now, I want to say it's civilizational illnesses. I would call them civilizational illnesses that nowadays appear in animals, and it's just very surprising to me to see sometimes some of the diseases that, like, how would a pet have this? It used to be only for humans and now it's pets as well. So what I found in this article, and I think it's quite important to know, it's almost everything's down to antibiotics and overbreeding. So various research trials conducted worldwide have all showed positive results concerning the use of humic acids as an organic feed ingredients. Increases in live weight of animals, improved growth rates, increased feed intakes and food conversion ratios, and a stronger resistance against diseases are a common result of these trials. By improving immune functions of animals, especially of young animals, humic acids are also reduce the incidence of enteric disease and diarrhea. So why do we need humic acids nowadays, and why we didn't need it before? Now, humic acids used to be always present in the food. However, there is a mass production of food now as well. So many things that was basic to food, minerals, vitamins, trace elements, they're just hard to find. It's almost down to some foods are less down to 50% of the vitamins they used to have, let's say 10, 15 years ago. And that's just because of mass production and overproducing some of the fruits and vegetables, let's say. So increasing mass production of animal husbandry throughout the globe has had undesired impacts on the nature of animals, the natural development of animals, and their immune system as well. So first vitamins, then antibiotics, and finally hormones have been used extensively as growth promoters in livestock productions. However, the negative effects of such growth promoters on animals and human health has been evidenced throughout various studies as well as real life cases. So therefore, at present, there is a new search for a natural growth promoter without an environmental or residual problems. So that's when humic comes in to the picture. So as a result of increasing customer pressure and in particular concerns about increased microbial resistance to antibiotics, a ban on the use of antibiotic growth promoters in animal feed has been already introduced in Germany. It's quite obvious that whatever our animals going to eat, so let's say beef, pork, pigs, whatever they're going to eat is going to at the end up in our body. So when we're trying to have our domestic animals healthy, at the end we will stay healthy through that as well. So humic acid is not just for our pets and domestic animals, but at the end of the day it's for our health as well. Um, so there is considerable evidence that antibiotics are being depleted due to development of resistant organisms. So there's a resistance that throughout the years, the animals, pets, domestic animals, they used to have so much antibiotics that they just become resistant to it now. The overuse of antibiotics, not only in human medicine, but also in livestock feeding, is a major cause of antibiotic resistance in foodborne illnesses. And this is a very amazing fact and sad fact that almost 80% of antibiotics used in animal husbandry today are not used to treat sick animals. It's not used to use as a medication. It's used merely to promote efficient growth of chickens, cows, and pigs. How crazy is that? So the antibiotics that our animals are having daily is just to be able to grow in a normal pace, in a normal way, and it's not to cure any disease. I think that's just a fascinating fact. So when it comes to HUMAC, and the product I'm promoting and I'm trading is I think it's a natural way and to grow. It's a natural way to put all the vitamins, minerals back to the body, and this is nature's gift. This is nothing that I came up with. This is nothing that like I thought, let's put all these different ingredients into one package and it's going to be amazing. This is nature's product. This is coming from a mine. So it's one material that has all the vitamins, all the minerals, all the trace elements in it that is effective and proved to be effective to promote a healthy animal body. As I said, it's improving the immune function of animals, especially young animals, increases the feed intakes, food conversion ratios. It grows a stronger resistance against diseases and the live weight of animals as well. So it has a lot of beneficial effects. And the way it works really is just it collects the toxins out of the body, collects the heavy metals, toxins out of the body, gets it washed out of the body, and then replaces it with vitamins and minerals. It's a very smart thing, this thing, and I really would like more and more people to try it because I believe in it and I know it's really amazing. So let's go to what this is really and how it looks like. So I have an open package here already. Let me just show you. It's this is an old packaging, so don't mind the what's written on it, but let me open it up. So I wanted to show you how this powder looks like. So we provide these spoons in each packet. It has a bigger side, and as you can see, it has a smaller side as well. So you just add it to the feed. 100 grams. For the 100 grams of feed, you probably use the smaller side of this spoon, so that small side. And if it's like double, you would use the other side, and you just simply sprinkle it on the food. Don't know how much you can see it from it, but it's just a brownish, blackish powder. Let me see if I can put some on my fingers so you can see it as well. So yeah, it's just like a powder. So you just sprinkle it on the food. It has no taste, no smell, and it has absolutely no effect on you. You can eat it. It has nothing. So most of the animals have no problem eating this, and usually what we do, we just mix it into the feed of the dogs and they eat it just like that. So yeah, this is just a simple powder. It comes out of the ground and it has no corn in it, no wheat, it's gluten-free, sugar-free, everything free. So it's perfect for any pet who has allergies, who's recovering, who if you're changing the feed, let's say you're changing to a different type of feed, it's also wonderful. So I wanted to read you also about how to use it. So you think there's this powder, but how would I put it on, let's say, dry food? When it comes to dry food, you sprinkle a bit of water on the dry food, and then it will stick to the dry food, so it's not a problem. I wouldn't mix it into water because it doesn't mix too well. So I would just wet the food a little bit, and then you go from there. And I also wanted to go through some of the questions that I had before regarding HUMAC, just to make it a bit more easier to understand how to use this or what this is. So one of the question was, I used too much HUMAC on the feed. What can I do? You can never use too much. The animal body utilizes just as much as it needs, so no problem on that end. How long do you have to use this? Now, HUMAC is more for prevention, and it doesn't work like a medicine. Let's say it works like a vitamin that you would take. Usually, if you take vitamins, it's not going to improve the health right away in a few days. You need to use it constantly. So I would say use it every time you feed your pet, and try not to skip it. Usually, if you, let's say on Monday, used it, the effect of it will last until Thursday or Friday. So for 3 or 4 days, and afterwards it's gone. So it's better to continuously put it into the feed. So let's see another thing. When you use HUMAC, yeah, that was a very good question. When there was a lady, and she was asking me, oh, my pet is not eating the HUMAC, what's happening? So we asked as much questions as we could, like, okay, what did you put the HUMAC on? What happened? How did you feed it? When did you feed it? So it turns out she changed the feed at the same time. What I mean is, like, the dog was always having chicken bones and pure chicken breast, some raw meat, raw foods, and the pet really liked it. But then she changed it to she put HUMAC on a piece of banana, which the dog never ate. And it's also something that I wouldn't suggest giving to your animal. So we discussed that that wasn't a good idea. So try HUMAC first on the feed that the animal is used to, and then change onto something new afterwards. All right, so, oh yeah, some people who tried HUMAC on their pet, they noticed diarrhea after a few days. Now, why is this a good thing? When the body starts its natural detoxification procedure, it starts washing the bad things out of the body. So what happens is that all these toxins, heavy metals, everything that's bad that's not supposed to be in the body starts going through the body. So when that happens, noticeably there will be a bit of looser stuff coming out. It will be a bit of a diarrhea, which is fine. It's not a problem. This will only take a few days, and then once it's gone, you will have a healthy pet, and they will definitely be grateful for you who's using HUMAC afterwards. Now, can you use HUMAC with anything else together? I suggest if you use medication, you use it 2 hours before, 2 hours after the medication has been taken, and purely because some of the medicines HUMAC can recognize as a toxin, so it will try to fight against it and lower the effects of the medicine. Now, if you use HUMAC constantly, hopefully later on you don't have to use medicine either. Same as antibiotics, try to have 2-3 hours before, 2-3 hours after. Try to have a break, just so it can be effective. So I talked a little bit about why HUMAC is needed nowadays, and that's mostly because overbreeding, the use of antibiotics are just so, it's a different world now. It's not like how it used to be. it's just all present in every animal's body, and they're resistant to it. So you gotta go back to the natural and trusted ways of using supplements that are more humane, that are nicer, and kinder to the the animal body. I'm saying human body. I'm using this stuff as well. So I'm not just giving it to my bat, by the way. So we talked a little bit about that, and I answered a few of your questions. And if you have more questions, just, fire away. And until next time, um, enjoy your enjoy your week. Enjoy summer while it lasts, this nice weather. And hopefully more and more of you will try HUMAC as well and see the results on your pets or domestic animals, cows, chickens, pigs, whatever it is, because this thing is for all animal species. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful Sunday evening, and until next time, bye.